Neighborhoods that flank the metro corridors sometimes feel pressured by development. But neighborhoods far from the corridors want to make sure that they fully benefit from smart growth. In South Arlington, along Columbia Pike and in the Knock neighborhood, smart growth has only recently arrived.
The success that you see along the RB corridor just highlights the lack of attention paid elsewhere. All along the Columbia Pike corridor, going from the west where you hit Falls Church, going all the way to the east to the Pentagon, you see clear areas where smart growth has not really had a positive impact on communities.
In Columbia Pike, we have an area that needs revitalization, that we know that the commercial sector needs to be re-energized, and we're working to do that. We need some new development.
A recent effort to develop a street plan that can guide the actual construction of the street and provide for rapid bus transit and light rail in the future, that's given a framework or a blueprint for the Pike. Again, this is an example of where the county, through successive planning efforts, has really done what it does best, which is create a roadmap for the future that will help to ensure that the area is successful. Now, you'll have economic cycles where things will be up and things will be down, but if you have a good plan and you stick with it, I think Arlington has proven that you can get a good quality.
It became painfully obvious to not only people who lived here, but people who visited here, that there was something different about communities like Knock. It was really time to change. The community got together a few years ago and underwent a planning process that took a lot of smart growth principles and applied them here without the transit hub, and we're actually starting to see some progress with that. The big concern that you would have development that would certainly improve the aesthetics of the neighborhood, but at the same time just displace individuals, that was a key concern that went into the community's role in the planning process to guide the revitalization of Knock. So there's a big emphasis on affordable housing. Affordable development has got to be a part of any smart growth strategy. There is a great need for people to have housing at all ranges of incomes.
I think that's another piece that we lost, was sort of this ability for people to go from rental to little home ownership to more home ownership as they progressed in Arlington.
The way development has happened in Arlington with the luxury high-end stuff, we have not captured the market of people who would otherwise want to be here and contribute to the vitality of communities because they just can't pay for it.
One of the ironies is that Arlington has done so much right that it's a great place to live, and when you make a great place to live, people bid up the prices, and it's hard to have perhaps the same kind of affordable housing that could be a goal of public policy.
Arlington has worked to compensate for the loss of affordable housing by creating an affordable housing fund. Developers must either build affordable units or contribute to the fund.
The height and density that we're able to use in a smart growth model has also made it possible to get lots of dollars and sometimes affordable housing units as a result of that density. Because we're going to allow you to build a building taller than you would ordinarily, but in exchange for that, you have to make a contribution to our affordable housing fund or, build units either on site or nearby.
Places like here where we're getting 100 and affordable, and you get 134 that are market rate for the developers so that they can make their money investment, but we gain 100 units. Some trade-offs. This is a segment where Arlington had a Buckingham Village, and so we lost some apartments, but in exchange we were able to preserve the rest of Buckingham Village.
Now our concern is, is anybody who isn't very wealthy going to be able to afford to live here? And some of the value that we've created needs to be recaptured to ensure housing affordability for people at all income levels.
If you're going to preserve a diverse residential base economically, then just as in development, as a government, we have to intervene. And we've been working very hard to intervene in Arlington. If we're going to be great, we can't have just one kind of people. We've got to have all kinds of people, and we've got to be prepared to help make that happen.